All right, so this is going to be the Q&A for my channel for my 500 subscriber special. So with that being said, let's just roll the intro.
They took it to 10. Let me tell you how I come through with the 1-2, kicking shit like kung fu. Treat a bad bitch like she average. I'm a savage, little hoe, what you want do? I'm about cash if the raw fast. I'ma get that little nigga by any means.
All right, so I needed some time to get some questions because not that many people are gonna watch this, and not many people asked questions. So it took me some time to gather enough questions to make this video. So let's just run into it, right? I had to go and like check for these questions, right? Because some people didn't like, what's it called, reply to the comment that I posted, so I needed to scroll through and try to find everything. So yeah, so the first question comes from Joaquin Sanchez. I think I pronounced that right. And he asked, do you speak other languages? Any other language, right? Claro que sí, pero hablar poquito español, but eso es todo. That's it, really. I can speak a little bit of Spanish because I am Hispanic. If you couldn't tell by, my channel name, Hernandez is not my last name, by the way. It's not. I just thought it was a funny name. So, yeah, I can speak a little bit of Spanish. Second question, comes from Solis7. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I'm going to say that a lot, but I can't pronounce a lot of names. So they ask, what made you start doing YouTube? So this is a pretty interesting question. I didn't start my channel with what ifs. I actually started way back in like maybe 2012. I did like, the reason why I started my channel was I was playing Minecraft, right? Because it was big at the time, and I was playing with the redstone because I was pretty good at it, right? And there was a glitch where I kept duplicating things with like the lamps. So I made a video on that showing like a duplication with the lamps at the time. And I kind of started videos like that, doing like kind of tutorials, I guess, on Minecraft a little bit. Not really tutorials, but just random videos about Minecraft. And they were pretty bad, so you're not going to find them. So we get to the next question with Lucas Stark. And they ask, what was your first anime that I watched? Because these aren't the exact questions. I just wrote like notes. So yeah. So my first anime that I've ever seen, like just like in general, was probably Dragon Ball. Like back in like 2009, I think it was Dragon Ball. I was like watching. I turned on the TV and it was on Toonami, and I was watching this and I was like, what the heck is this? Because at the time I wasn't really into like story driven shows or realistic looking shows. I was really into like episodic shows and like things that look really cartoony. So when I was looking at that, I was like, ugh, what is this trash? But then, eventually I got older and I started watching Dragon Ball Z Kai on Nicktoons, and I started to enjoy that more. So yeah, I don't know, I just like, that was kind of my first anime. So we get to the next question by J11, and they ask, why do you do the movie? Like why do you include the movie in your what ifs? So if you want a straight answer for that, it's because someone suggested it. Someone suggested it on my prototype video. You should do the what if, or the movie for your what if. And I was like, that's pretty interesting. And I like hearted the comment or something like that, and I decided to do that. But in general, why I got the idea. It's probably because of Plus Ultraman. He did his what if about what if Deku was trained by Stain or whatever, and he did his he went through the movie as well. So I thought it was interesting enough to do. So for our next question, it comes from Kid Zeus, and they ask, "What made you want to become a what if YouTuber?" And I guess a couple things made me want to do this. It was mostly like, so I didn't know this was like a kind of niche on YouTube, right? I saw a video by Plus Ultraman about Deku, like what if Deku, and I was like, oh, this is pretty interesting, and I kind of, you know, and it suggested like more channels, and eventually I got to Rene Trunky's video about I think it was like either it was like I think it was Archangel, and I was like listening to it in the background, right? And I was like, oh, this is pretty interesting, like making your own story, right? And he puts a lot of details in his story. Like right now I think it's like around part 10, and he's like barely at the Stain fight, so that's pretty amazing, since like most people get to that in like part 4 or something. And I think I don't know, I just thought it was pretty he had like pretty good videos, and I checked his comments, and there was one suggestion that said you should do a what if Deku had the powers from Prototype, and I thought that was pretty cool, so I looked that up, and there was only one person who made a video on it, and that person was, I believe, New Year, I think that's his YouTube name. So I was like, okay, I was listening to it, and I was like, I kind of want to do my own version of this, since this guy isn't like a fan of the franchise Prototype. I'm not saying that he can't. I'm not saying that you have to be a fan to make a what if about it. I'm just saying that there's some parts of there's something missing from it, right? Because he doesn't really know that source material that well. I'm not saying that he didn't do his research, because he obviously did, right? I'm not throwing any hate towards him. So I was like, and I was thinking, like, if I was gonna do this, I'll do it this way. And I was like, I'll start it after the entry exams, right? And say that his quirk was unlocked from One for All, right? And I was going through my head, like thinking of how the story would go, and I was like, right? I was like, I wish I could record this and actually do it. And I was like, maybe I will, right? And I did that, and that's how you got, what if Deku had the Blacklight virus. So I named it differently from his videos, because his was like, what if you had Alec Mercer's powers? So I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to make it seem like I was copying him, so I changed the title, and I gave him like a link to the original video, so he could people could see that I wasn't trying to copy him, and I was showing that other people can do the same what ifs. This next question comes from Grayson, and they ask, hi, how was your day? Right now it's been pretty okay. I'm pretty excited. I made a Black Clover video earlier. You can go check that out. It seems like a lot of people like my Black Clover videos, so I'm going to continue to do those. Thanks for the question, man. So our next question is from Mr. Mighty 999. He asks if I could have any magic from Black Clover, what would I have? And to answer that, realistically, or if I wanted to be like OP, I would probably want like time magic, right? And there's like a lot of cool things you can do with time magic, but we only see like one person who's able to do it, and that's Julius, the Wizard King. But if I had to choose like something that I would really want, it would probably be like spatial. Since I want to teleport and get to places faster, maybe like a combination of like Longris's powers, where he's able to just delete things, and like maybe Funerals, where he's able to teleport. Those two, the combination of like those two, I would want, since I don't know, I just want that kind of like power set. I forgot to write this one question down, but this next question comes from this. You'll see it on the screen, but I forgot to write down their name in the question. But I remembered that someone actually asked this, and they asked, what was your most difficult what if to make? And in general, these what ifs aren't too difficult to make, because what I do is I get the idea and then I think about it for a second, and then I do the video and I come up with everything on the spot. Usually I will make myself like a timeline, not like anything written, but I'll make like a mental timeline of things I want to happen, and I'll just fill in the gaps. So sometimes I'll stutter or I'll stop for a second to think what I want to say next. And basically what I wanted to say is that when I make these videos, I live like, it's the summer, right? And I live in the desert. So when I make these I have to like talk in a very hot room because I turn off my air conditioning to do these videos, so I don't have background noise, right? So I usually do my videos either in the morning or very late at night. So it's like, I don't know, it's cooler, but it still gets hot pretty fast, right? So I guess the longer videos are more difficult to make because I have to constantly be treated by all this heat, right? But if I had to like talk about specifics, like coming up with the idea and things like that, it'd probably be my JoJo video, my like 40 something minute JoJo video. I had to come up with like the stand name, the musical reference, the abilities, the stand stats. Had to make all that, plus I had to make a 40-minute video about it, and it wasn't planned to be 40 minutes. I had to rewatch all of part 1, which is around 9 episodes. I just skipped through a lot of it, stuff that I already knew and things like that, and it just took some time to make. I uploaded like at close to like 3 in the morning, so no one really watched it. To this day, it doesn't even have like 200 views. So I would appreciate if you go in and go check that video out. It's like a 40-minute video. If you like JoJo, it's pretty good in my opinion. And then this the next question comes from Ultimate Karma, and they ask if you could choose one of the 4 elements to control, what would you choose? I've been thinking about this, right? In general, maybe wind. Like if I had really strong wind magic, I'd probably choose that because you could fly and you could like bring stuff towards you. But there's also like a lot of utility in other ones, like water. If you could create your own water and not have to like use existing water, then that'd be pretty useful. With earth, you would have to be near earth usually, or maybe you'd be able to summon it, I'm not sure. With fire, yeah, it's like how many like situations are going to use it, right? There's not many, especially in modern society. Maybe if this was like hundreds of years in the past, that'd be more useful. But yeah, in modern society, you don't really need there's a lot of things you could do without like fire magic, but like wind magic, there's a lot of things you can still do, like flying, like I said. I don't know, maybe I'm thinking too much into it, but yeah, wind magic all the way. Next question comes from Mark Leon, and they ask, what reviews are you planning on doing first? And he wrote this question before I did my review, like one day before I did it. But yeah, it was Shield Hero. But if you want to know the thing after that I'm going to review, it's kind of like a complete opposite of Shield Hero. It's a romantic comedy, and it's kind of like the opposite of Shield Hero, really. And it's called Kaguya-sama Love is War. I'm mostly gonna review the what's it called? I'm mostly gonna review the manga and some of the anime. So yeah, stay tuned for that, because the Shield Hero review actually did better, did pretty well. It got over 100 views already. So that's pretty good. So our last question comes from Philip. I think that's how you say his name, or their name. It says, or they say, what's your favorite anime character, or anime/anime character? So if I had to do like franchise, then probably JoJo. If I were to say just one like single series, like something that doesn't have like multiple like parts to it, like something like Dragon Ball or Naruto or JoJo, because those have different parts and different stories and go like through like a timeline. If I just had to choose like one kind of series that just has like an end, like a start and an end, then I would probably pick Parasite the Maximum, I think it's called, the one with the like the guy's hand gets infected by like a alien parasite and he has to like fight other parasites. I very much recommend that anime. I might do a review on it actually, but yeah. If I had to choose like my favorite anime character, that'd probably be Josuke Hishikata from JoJo Bizarre Adventure Part 4. I don't know. I just like that. I think that part's probably the best. I haven't seen Part 5, the anime, yet, but I don't know. I just like it. I like the dynamics between all the like the 4 main crew, and I like how it's just like, I don't know. He's like the most relatable JoJo. I don't know. I just think he's the best, in my opinion. But with that being said, that's all the questions. So I very much appreciate all the subscribers that I've gotten and all the views and things like that, right? So remember, like, comment, subscribe, and maybe we could do another Q&A for like, I don't know, 1,000 if we ever get there, right? Hopefully, right? So I really appreciate all the love and support. So with that being said, this is going to be the end of the video. So yeah.